Well, it is Monday, and the early evening, I guess, around 5:45 on the West Coast. Work is done Monday. I hope everyone's Monday was good. I'm trying a couple of different things out today. I've got Twitch alerts all set up and everything, so you can see there's a bunch of tested chat things that I did on the right. That's kind of where the chat is going to be, but it's going to be using Twitch alerts instead of just having the Twitch window or the chat window there all the time. I figured it would make life a little bit easier for me. I don't know, maybe it'll make it more difficult actually, since this game is all windowed anyways. It's not like it has to be full screen, and it's not really like I have another dedicated monitor for monitoring the OBS preview screen. I just don't want to be glancing over there unless I can avoid it. So I still have the chat window open, only now it's on the other window as well. So we'll try it and we'll see how it works. I'll go ahead and clear the chat. It's been a pretty good day. I'm a little tired. Had to work from home today and went into the city to take care of some stuff, but it's been a beautiful day. I just opened a little Las Canovas Tempranillo from the Santa Barbara County AVA. I guess that's probably the Santa Barbara AVA. It's a 2014. It's been aged for 18 months in French oak. That probably means it's going to be nice and smooth, and it's going to have really nice smooth tannins too. I generally like Tempranillos and Riojas and Grenache because of the fact that they tend to be a little bit more floral, I guess is a way to put it. A little bit more floral, a little bit softer tannins than some of the bigger, more bolder reds like Cabernet Sauvignons and stuff, and Bordeaux blends and whatnot. So today or tonight, it's going to be it's going to be a fairly regimented type of stream. I think I'm going to just do Go problems pretty intensively for the first half an hour, and then for the remaining half an hour for this early evening stream, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a half an hour to an hour, we'll call it. I will play a game on my Sloshed account on KGS, and we'll see if taking a break from playing for a few days and working Go problems and doing other stuff has had any kind of an impact on my mood playing games. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. I guess I'll do a pour. It's very purple, very garnet. All right. Yeah, black plays here because white can't play here, and white can't play here, so the only place white could play would be here, but then he'd still be, he'd still have only one eye, so that looks like the right move. I wasn't really sure where I left off this problem set, so I came back to problem 400. I think that's about where we were at. There we go. I'll say life and death problems for the first 30 minutes, then a match on KGS. Black to play. Now this seems like the key point. Black plays here, white plays here, black can capture these two stones, and if white plays here, it's dead shape. If white plays here, black can capture all these stones, so this is the trick. Black to play. This looks pretty good, even though it looks like it's making bad shape for black. It's actually taking a vital point. So if black plays there, then that means that the best white can do would be to maybe maybe play 1-1. White plays 1-1 though, and black can capture it. Then white has an eye, or an inside liberty, and an outside liberty, or shared rather with white, the shared liberty. So, but even though white also has an outside liberty and a shared liberty, white can't play the shared liberty. Otherwise, black would be able to capture by playing out here. So because of the fact white can't play here, black wins because he can come back and play outside and take away that second to last liberty out here and then kill. Well, 1-2s are open, so let's investigate those. When I'm not entirely sure where the best place is, I'll just pick something that looks reasonable and test it out. If white plays here, then black's best move would probably be to play down. If black plays down, then white would maybe try to make a second eye inside here. The problem with this situation is that let's see, white, black, white, black, white, and then white, black, white. Black just plays an outside like this. So what we have here is we have a false eye here. We'll count that as a liberty for now though, right? So we've got white. White would then have 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties. If would have 1, 2, 3, 4 liberties, and black would have on this stone 1, 2, 3 liberties. But white would have to fill these 2 shared liberties first. Because if white was to just extend down here, black could capture here. Now, if that happened, white could, of course, just capture back. But that wouldn't be good enough because I think that would give black enough time to take out this last outside liberty. So to me, this doesn't look good for white. So let's see, when white played here, black played down. So maybe that's the answer. Let's see what happens when white plays at this other 1-2 point. This other 1-2 point, black would probably feel inclined to play the other 1-2 point, so it would go white, black. But if black plays here, then I'm thinking white would try to make an eye over here on this side. False eye for now, but an eye at least, living shape on the inside. So white, black, white. If black tries to play in here, then white can play down and white still has this outside liberty. Because of the fact white has this outside liberty, black would have to fill here, but that would mean that white could actually capture these two stones. I think. White, black, white, black, white, and then black's only got that last inside liberty, so black has to play the outside liberty, but then white can just play here and kill. So this is looking like it's working. I think that's fine. So I mean black just immediately played to fill that outside liberty. Does that mean that I can get one more point? Don't think so, because if I played here, then black would play down here, taking away that outside liberty. And then I couldn't play here, otherwise black would capture this group, and I couldn't play here, otherwise white would be able to, let's see, if I played here, and black played down here, then if I played here, of course, black could just capture these two stones in the side. Even with a snapback, or whatever it's called, just a recapture of that one stone, that still frees up enough liberties, I think, for black to kill this. So I'm thinking that we do need to just Atari these two stones directly. This is screaming at me, this as being the key point. Let's investigate this. Let's use that intuition. Black plays here, white has to prevent black from connecting out to these stones. So white would be forced to play down. If white plays down, then black can push in here once. If black pushes in here once, then white has to play down to try to make enough room for two eyes. But unfortunately, if white plays down, that means black can now extend here and knock out that second eye and kill that shape. I don't see there being any other variation. I don't see there being any other kind of other moves. Everything seems pretty forced here. So I think that's right. You know, you play here, white will live here. So this seems right. A little bit different, I guess, that white played down first. It forces me to play a little bit differently because I can't play here immediately. If I play here, or I can't play, what am I thinking? I can't play, can I play here immediately? Black, white, black. Yeah, it looks like black can make a bent 4 in the corner for white if I allow white to play here, if I'm reading this right. I've been studying bent 4s in the corner a little bit more often, so it looks like black can make a bent 4. Wait, no. What am I thinking? No, it's... Yeah, that is a bend 4 in the corner, actually. So I think white has to, or I mean black rather, has to... I has to just push in here, or I mean white will still have to respond by playing down, because if white does something else, like, I don't know, just push down this way and take this one eye here, then black can push one more time, take out that last eye, and even if white Atari is here, black can just defend, so I can just push again. But now I have to rely on that that inside move, that that throw-in over here and play this move to knock out that second eye. Next. So again, to anyone that's joining, we're going to be doing about another 15 minutes worth of Go problems, and then I'm going to play a game. I'm going to hop on Sloshed and start a game. Okay, so white plays here, black can't play in here, otherwise white will capture here. It looks too painful for black to let white get this connection, and so let's investigate this first. If white plays here, then black would probably just naturally want to... white or black, and then black and nope, that's not the ticket. That wouldn't work though. Black played here. I'm just trying to do 1-2 reading in order to prove that this is essential here. Even though I haven't read out the correct sequence, it seems to me that if I play just about anywhere else, I won't get a second eye. So this is looking like it's the important move. I'm just trying to make sure that from I can read it to completion. Black. You see, if white just pushes here like this, then black can just block, right? Can he? Maybe not. Because what happens here is if white splits here and then black pushes, and or I mean, I'm sorry, if black splits here and white pushes like here, then if black were to play here, and white were to play here, black couldn't play here, otherwise white would be able to capture here. Right, so that's not a good idea. So maybe if black plays here, white pushes, I should look at that move that white was investigating, or that white played in the sequence that failed for black. Black plays here, white pushes up like this. Then what happens if black just plays down like this? That means black's got an extra outside liberty. And if white Ataris this one stone, since I have this outside liberty, I can now cap those two stones. So now he's an Atari over here on the side, even though he's got this one stone in Atari. So he can go ahead and capture it. He needs to actually, otherwise I'll capture these other two stones. But as soon as he captures it, I can capture the 3 stones, and I still have an eye over here. So I think that's the right sequence. Would be basically black's plays are this and then this. This and this. Let's see. Looks like it. This looks similar. Basically, it's similar because if white plays here, then black can Hane here, and if black Hane's here, white can't just naively Atari that stone by playing down, otherwise these two stones will come into play and allow this group to be captured by playing here. So if instead of playing this right now, white played where black would play in response to this, how about here, then what would happen? Now we're reverting to that same pattern that we saw in the last problem, which is if white plays here, he gets an extra outside liberty. Black's best move really is to maybe Hane down, but if he Hane's down and puts this stone in Atari on the side, then white can just cap here, which is placing these two stones in Atari, and since white has this outside liberty, this group is still not at risk. Okay, so for this one, this seems kind of like the key point, the 1-2 point. Let's inspect it first. If black plays here, and let's see, if black plays here and white plays down on the outside, takes that last outside liberty, then I can just capture this one stone here. White can't play down here because then I'd be able to capture these three stones as well by playing in here. Likewise, if I play here and white plays here, this is that living inside Tetris shape. I can just capture them anyways, right by playing here. So it doesn't even matter it's a living shape. I have two eyes. I have one eye in the corner, and I have another one over here. This is looking pretty good, like a pretty good candidate. I don't see any way that white can cause any problems. If I play here and white decides to, say, play down here, then I can just capture this one stone. I still have an outside liberty and this liberty here. So if I play here and white plays down, I'll just capture this stone. This group will still be dead. This white group on the inside, I mean. So this is looking pretty good. If I were to play here, black played here, then white would simply... If black were to play here, white would probably play down and start a ko. So I think this is right. We have about another 5 minutes to go problems. Okay, if white was to play here, black would probably play down here. By playing down, what he's actually doing, what white's going to do is start a ko. White can't play down here, otherwise black would capture here. So the best move for white would be to capture the cornerstone, and after capturing the cornerstone, I guess after capturing the cornerstone, black would have a chance to play a big threat elsewhere and try to capture it back. So I don't think that's good enough. What about if white plays where black played to start the ko? Now white's got 3 outside liberties. Black's got 2 inside shared liberties. On the corner though, one of them though, I can't play without filling here. So that means that maybe, let's see, if I was to play here, black would probably play, well, black wouldn't be able to play inside anymore. Black has to play on the outside. If black plays anywhere on the inside, then I can just capture in one move the next move. So black has to play out here somewhere. So the question is, does black play here or here? Well, if black plays here, then white would capture. And we'd have a Seki here. Maybe that's good enough. Maybe white living in Seki is fine. Pretty sure that ends in Seki. What if white plays here? I think if white played here, what would happen is black would play down and make dead shape on the inside. I think this is the best move for white. Let's see what happens. Yep. Okay. Maybe a time for another problem. White, looks like white needs to play here to knock out that for sure life. This is one of those moves where in a life and death problem I would play here immediately if I didn't realize that the goal of solving life and death problems was to practice reading, which means solving it before playing a stone. White plays here. Black might try to create an eye here, but it doesn't really work because white can hane here, and then black can't play here, otherwise white would capture through that false eye. The other option for black might be to try to Atari here, but if white Atari's at 1-1, then I can just capture. So that looks right. One more problem. I've seen this one before. This is basically looking at these stones right here on the side and saying, okay, if white cuts here, I can play here. This looks like the right spot, so if white cuts here, I can play here, which makes an eye over here, and I have an outside liberty to ensure that I can make an eye over there. And then white can go ahead and the reason why that ensures that I can live actually this outside liberty is because if this wasn't here, then if black played here and white cut here, and black Atari'd here, white would just let's see, if this was filled by white and black played here, then actually white would just push down like this. Alright. White would push here. black. Yeah, and then there'd be a double Atari here. So without this here, white would push and there would be a double, he would expose a double Atari here. And that would kill, I think. Maybe we should look at that after I solve it. I'll try to look at the wrong variation after I solve it. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I can do this. So if this was gone, so it was like that, and black was to play like this. Does that still work? I guess that does still work. Yeah, that's fine. But there's a different way to kill. What about if white just plays, maybe there isn't. White plays here. Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Right. I think I'll play a game later this evening, actually. I have to cook dinner soon. So I'll do that. I'll just keep doing a couple more problems. These problems are feeling very productive tonight. Maybe it's because there's not as many spectators. Okay, black to play. Yeah, problems are pretty good, aren't they? For some reason I thought I would be able to get a feel for who is watching. Problems are good. They're low stress. I just haven't played a game for a long time now. It's been a few days. Maybe this is okay here, huh? Maybe this is actually very important here. No, this is a double Atari situation actually with this push. Again, black, white, black. Then white could cut here and threaten to capture these two stones or these three stones, and in the process make this fall size. So let's see what happens though if I do get this eye in the corner, which seems important. I guess if white was to push, I wouldn't have to defend here. I could defend here. That would give me two eyes in the corner, no problem, and at the cost of these three stones, which is worth it. The triangle of power, yeah. Black to play. Okay, yeah, with this outside liberty I can just make an eye here, which is forcing white to capture these two stones, but white can have these two stones because I've got that throw in. Oh, what a weird looking shape. Let's check the 1-2s. When things look crazy, the 1-2s might be an option. White plays here, then black might just go ahead and Hana here with this false eye. That means that white can't play here. So that means if white, black, capture, bush, Atari, fill, that means that white's only got the one eye. So this doesn't look good. What about if white plays that that black Hane location instead? I guess seeking some room for life. That would mean that black could maybe I guess maybe the best move for black here would be to try to Hane. That's usually really bad. I mean, Haneing into an empty triangle, but I mean, this is life and death. So if black played here, then white could play here. That would mean that black could capture these two stones, but then again, white could capture these corner 3 with a throw-in. And with the throw-in, white might push out here. But yeah, if black pushed out here, white would fill to prevent the cut, but by filling the cut, black would be able to capture this whole darn thing. What about if white plays here and yeah, I don't think this is. I think that would be if black gets any way to kill by white playing this, it doesn't work. So let me try this one too. This is kind of starting to look Seki-ish. White plays here, and then black, I guess. I guess black pushes here. And then white blocks here. And that's a Seki. Yeah, looks like it's Seki. Or not. Wait a minute. Nope. That's dead. Didn't see that push from the outside. Start. Maybe I have to start here? Yeah, maybe I have to start here. It's not looking very good either. Huh, let's take another look at this. White, black, white. Black has to capture these two. I guess white's got an outside liberty down here now. I forgot, I lost track of. So actually, white can just play here. White, black, white. Wait a minute, that's not how it would go down. Again, if white played here, black would play up here, white would play here. Black would capture these two stones, which would expose him to a throw-in. But then he would push. And then I would have to defend. And by defending, he would then be able to capture by... No, he wouldn't, because I would have this outside liberty still. That's what I lost track of. I lost track of this outside liberty. So this is the right way. Okay, this is definitely looking reasonable. Maybe I can just play this. No, I guess not. Back. Oh, yeah, sure. What am I thinking? I've got a free outside liberty. I should use it. Right? We got two. Right? There it is. It's one of those suicide problems because it's suicide for black to play there and I've got free outside liberties. I sometimes have a hard time seeing these, especially when the corner is involved. Let's play naively first of all. If black just protects here, black protects here, then white can play here, right? That's dead shape, isn't it? Black plays here, white plays here, then black would play here, white would play here. If black plays down here. Yeah, let's try it. Let's investigate where white played before. So white plays here, and then if black played here, white would push, right? But then if white pushed into the bamboo, would white push into the bamboo? No, wouldn't need to. If black played here, white would actually just push over here, and then no, and then black would, I guess, play up here, and then white would push over here, and I guess that's a seki. What if white, or what if black plays here? Black plays here, white plays here. And then black plays here. No, white would, or black would, or white would connect. So no, that's not it. Black, white, black, white, capture. Wait, this is a tough one. I think this is Seki, so we'll see what happens. I keep on hallucinating Sekis. Mm. So it must be this one, it can't be that. Black. Oh wait, maybe it is black, white, black, white, black, black, white. Yeah, this would be a Seki though. Black. This would actually end in Seki, so maybe this is okay. Because what I didn't see was this right here. That black gets to play this, and since black gets to play this, white can't play here, or these are non-dead shapes for white. But that doesn't matter, it's Seki, because white's got all of the outside liberties. What am I thinking? It's still Seki. Yeah, so this is live in Seki. I mean, it doesn't matter whether the shape is live or dead. Since white's got all the outside liberties, it's a Seki. Neither player can play in either spot. Actually, wait a minute. The reason why this is Seki is because if white plays here, then black can play here and live. That's the reason why it's Seki. So the fact that these are both dead shapes, or non-dead shapes, these both don't make black dead in here, dead shapes. The reason why is what makes this a Seki. Otherwise, black would just play in here, allow, or like maybe not. White would just play in here. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if white could create a dead shape in here, then this wouldn't be a Seki because white would play whatever the move was that would create the dead shape and then allow black to capture these stones so he could kill it. That's the point that I'm trying to make, I guess. But since these are both, since both of these, this is actually the best result that white could get would be to allow black to live in Seki because neither of these are a dead shape. I don't think it was a Seki. I don't think it was a Seki. Restart. It was what was it? This one? Was it this one? This creates a dead shape. You see. So this would be too good for white. The bamboo 20-second delay curses. Yeah. This one, okay. The reason why this failed is for the same kind of reason, because white can still create a dead shape on the inside. So this is still great for white. You know, basically, if black was to just Tanuki at this point and white was to play any of these, then then white could play the 1/1 to create dead shape, allow black to capture and then just throw in or poke out the eyes, whatever. So this problem all boiled down to finding the shape that allowed black to live in Seki. There were several different Sekis here, but there are not Sekis, I'm sorry. There were several different Seki-looking things, but they were actually not Seki because of the fact that they led to dead shape on the inside of black's group. So it looks like the actual result that we wanted was, let me see if I can find it again. It was, wasn't it one of these? Nope. No, I got it wrong. Let me see if I can find that one again. It was tough. This was a tough one to get. Seal the outside. Oh yeah, then this one. That's right. I think I'm kind of on the fence about this Twitch alerts thing. I think it's overkill for my stream because I like to kind of have the chat window on the same screen as the window, and because of the fact I'm playing a windowed game here, it doesn't make any sense to have, you know, the chat window be like, yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. Because I can't see it. I mean, when the chat window is here, I can see it. But when it's not, and I'm using the Twitch alerts thing with the chat thing, I have to look over at the preview screen in order to see what's being chatted about. It kind of sucks. I guess it would be most useful with a full screen game when you have a separate monitor that you are reviewing for everything on, and it's certainly good for the quality of the video after the stream. Okay, well that's ultimately, I guess, what's most important, actually. Black to play. Black to play. Wow, more weird looking shape, right? Black to play. I mean, it seems to me that black doesn't want to play up here. This is a false eye. White can play up here, force black to fill, and then can just very leisurely play the 1-2 point. And that kills this thing. So maybe the trick for black would be to be happy with sacrificing those 3 stones. Yep. Without the constant resizing each time you click, what does that mean? Just wondering. Curious. Oh, you mean like having to adjust the window sizes to account for all of the weird window issues? Yeah. That was Drago. Drago was doing something really weird. It was some Windows thing with it where I thought it was like stretched to the border, the vertical border, so it was bouncing around a lot, all the frames and stuff in it. Never had a problem with GoGrinder. Black to play. This is similar to the last one. You don't really want to play down even though it feels really natural because black or white could play down. And then you force black to fill and then white could play down and it's Atari, it's all bad. So it seems like white wants to play the Atari this way because of this extra liberty here actually, and this one. This ladder works for black. Seems very natural. Yeah, I got a few of those little animation things set up with Twitch alerts too, so when people click on follow or subscribe or whatever, it's supposed to throw up an animation, but I have no idea if it works or not. You know, if about oh, a little almost 20 years ago, I was well, maybe not quite, almost 20 years, it's fair to say, 16 years ago, 18 years ago, I was playing some very, very high-level Quake. Some very high-level competitive Quake World. And having Twitch back then, and the bandwidth, and all the performance, all the compute that we have, computing performance that we have nowadays would have been really, really awesome. This one feels it feels so natural to play. Oh, okay, I'm playing as white, not as black, but maybe it's the same move. Because it makes Mii of either cutting here or creating two eyes here. I was going to say if it was black to play, I would play here because that would create a false eye here, and then I could always fill if white played up here. So then, of course, you have to inspect, well, what would happen if white played here? And it's the same kind of thing. I mean, obviously, white doesn't want to play here, otherwise black can start a ko. So I think the trick to this one is creating Mii for life. Well, I have a few more minutes until I have to step away for dinner. So we'll have go through a couple more problems. Well, right now it looks like white's got an eye in the center. Could threaten to connect underneath. What does that get me though? Nothing, because white could capture these black stones in a snapback here. Hey Zealousy, how's it going? I'm gonna have to step away, and I might be able to stretch it just a little bit longer, maybe until 7 o'clock, maybe another 15 minutes to cook dinner really quickly, but I've just been solving problems. I was going to break into a game, but I decided I didn't have enough time for that, so I'll just play a game a little bit later on Sloshed. So, maybe just, yeah, I'm down in the South Bay frequently, actually. What part? Atari the Corner, I don't really like Atari the Corner. Atari the Corner and white can counter Atari by playing here, right? That forces a capture, and then white can push down again. White pushes down again, and what's black gonna do? Black's gonna probably capture another stone, but yeah, maybe that does work actually. Let me see. Black. Yeah, that actually. Let's see. Black, white, capture. Hey, married viewing team. Everyone's showing up right when I have to go cook dinner pretty soon, so. Saratoga, that's too rich for my blood. Los Gatos, Saratoga, oof. No, Saratoga's nice. It's a bit of a drive though. I love Saratoga actually, it's beautiful. It's got a cute little downtown. It's got that fondue place, doesn't it? Um, is that the Silicon Valley group that David Doche hosts, because I'm on the mailing list. I've been, like, I used to live in San Jose, so I kept on meaning to get down there, but it's up in the hills. It was kind of tricky to get to, and I was tired after work, so I never really made it up there. I also heard that him or his wife or partner, I'm not sure what exactly, they produce excellent baked goods. Very appealing, if nothing else, than for the baked goods. Yeah, I mean, I was just up on Skyline Boulevard uh, this last weekend. You know, I like to drive all over the bay all the time, and so we just did a cruise down there and up and through Skyline back up to San Francisco. Um, that doesn't sound very healthy. So let me see. It's kind of interesting up here. By the way, David O'Shea, I think, has done an excellent job of hosting the Silicon Valley Go Club for the last couple of years. Before that, I think it was hosted for a number of years just in San Jose itself. I can't remember who exactly hosted it. Up here in Oakland, it's a really interesting thing because Berkeley has got a pretty vibrant Go Club. Actually, San Francisco, of course, does. It's got a very, very good old established Go Club. Um, but Berkeley also has a pretty good one. They've got their own playing room, which is about the size of a closet or a bathroom if you want to be generous. And but they've got a library, and you can often find games. They lease out their own space above the Games of Berkeley store on University, right at the downtown. Right, I mean, ex, it, I'm not joking. Exactly at where the stairwell out of the downtown Berkeley BART station is. So it's very convenient to get to. Um, and they meet 3 or 4 times a week at different locations, including the club room. Um, and then there's also this. Uh, I try to make it to this every couple of weeks or something like that. But there's actually an Oakland Go Club. It's really really small, and it seems like there's a lot of very interested double-digit queues, which is kind of one of the reasons why it's fun. A lot of times people will meet there on Sunday. It's hosted by a guy named Steve. I can't remember his last name right now. He does a lot of environmental stuff though, and they meet at the what's it called? It's Black Sheep Coffee, I want to call it. I'm not entirely sure though. It's a coffee place on, I think it's Telegraph in Berkeley or in Oakland, downtown Oakland. And that's kind of fun because it's kind of gritty. It's kind of like a very bare Spartan cafe. Um, and we play on really crappy equipment, but it's really fun. It's kind of got a very low-key feel to it. And he also recently tried to start something with a game store, meeting a meetup to meet every, I think, Tuesday evening from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at a game store in downtown, in like downtown Oakland proper, like really close to the 12th Street BART. So there's actually a lot of go playing around in the Bay Area. And I've gone to a few blocks away from where I live in Chinatown, Oakland. There used to be a lot more Bay Area Go Association kinds of events and classes and stuff in the Chinatown at Oakland. It's kind of neat. It's kind of a neat place. Um, I've been on this problem for a long time and it's still not coming to me as quickly as it should. Since it's kind of irritating to me, I think I want to just play down. See what happens. So, we've got a co, I guess. I guess that's the answer. This is the worst kind of an answer, by the way. Disadvantageous co. That's why I had such a hard time with it. The best you can get as black is a disadvantageous co. That sucks, but it's better than nothing. You know. Good evening, Chocolate Chipmint. I will be stepping away momentarily for maybe an hour and a half or so to cook and eat dinner, so in about another 8 minutes, so we have time for a few more problems. But I'll be back. White to play, since we this would generate a liberty shortage though, because if white played here, black could play down here. Why? Because if white played down here, then black could just capture by playing here. Seems like white needs to investigate this point. Ah, this is it's similar to a few problems ago, I think. If white plays here, then black has to protect this cut, right? So then, that's right, Atari the stone here, and black has to protect this cut, and then you can capture it, actually. The reason why you can capture it is because black can't push. If black pushes, then white could capture. So black has to correct, and then white can correct, and white's got two eyes in the corner. Pathetically small, and white's got a ridiculous influence to the outside. If I was black, I would still be happy with this result, but white gets to live. I always seem to look at the naive moves first. You know, it's like as soon as I see this, I'm immediately thinking, oh, this is white to play. I also get that wrong a lot. I thought it was black to play, and I was feeling, oh, if it's black, just push here, right? No problem. So let's investigate what happens if white plays where black would push, if I was playing black. If white just plays here, then this doesn't look too good at all, because if white plays here, then black can connect here. White plays down here maybe, but black captures. It's not even a ko because white has to play here, and then black fills, and now white's only got one eye. Pretty sad, right? So there's a better move for white. I have a feeling that something like this is pretty important. But this is still a ko, isn't it? Black plays here, and white can play here. I'm sorry, white plays here, and then black can play here. You might have noticed this a lot of the times. I have like stone-colored dyslexia, but you should be able to infer when I'm really wrong. When I'm like saying this is white, this is black, but it's a white stone, then yeah. This makes it go. I don't think we're gonna get away without having this end in ko. This looks pretty ko-ish. And I still think that maybe this is the best move. Let's see. If white plays here, black would probably if white played here, black would probably just think naive. What's naive? If white plays here, then black might play here. And then white would play down, and black would play here. But then white would play here. And black wouldn't be able to connect both here and in here. I want to see this fail. I can't read it out, but I'm investigating this one right now. That ended up being the right answer, but it's still a seki. So it's better than a ko. It's just a weird looking Seki. Because neither black nor white can play here. If black plays here, then white can just capture and then live. If vice versa, then black can play in here and capture. Yeah, that was a weird one. That was kind of a weird one. It took me a while to see that. I was surprised. I was surprised that we were able to find a Seki in there. So I have time for maybe a few more. Well, this seems like a very important spot. Just for eyes for black, doesn't it? It seems like a pretty important spot. But if white plays here, then black's going to play here. Then even if white plays here, black can just play up, and black's got two eyes. We know that. So what if white just naively plays the 1-2? I would bet that if white plays the 1-2, black's going to take this point, because this is definitely a vital point. Of course they are. I0, these are all elementary problems. The whole idea with these is to just, I mean, I'm a 4Q on KGS, I'm not very strong. These are all pretty easy. The trick is to, for me, and why I'm doing this, is to pretend that you don't have any intuition, if that makes any sense. Pretend that you have to analyze everything until you see the answer. Right? So you can still use intuition, but you can't at all trust it. These all have to be analyzed and read until there is an absolute answer. So that's why they're easy. And in theory, these are good problems to well, I mean, I think that's the right approach to Go problems, to solving Go problems. There's been lots of, I've read lots of articles on it, and it seems like the best way to benefit from TumiGo and to increase your reading ability is to not trust your intuition. Use your intuition to find points to analyze, and then use your reading skills to analyze and confirm that your intuition is actually the right starting point. You may find that a lot of times your intuition is very wrong, and I know I do. So that's how I'm trying to approach these problems, and that's why I only do elementary. If these were intermediate or these were advanced, then I could probably still find the answers, but it would be iterative. It would be several, it would take going back through and kind of navigating the problem as I make mistakes. And to me, I don't want to approach it like that. 3-2? 3-2. Um, 3-2, if white was to play 3, you mean as a follow-up, like later? Or, because if white was to play 3-2 here, then I think black could still get away with just playing this point. If white connects down like this, then black can play here. And then, okay, this is an interesting idea actually, because white can then just connect down like this, and black can't play here, otherwise white will be able to capture, right? It's an interesting idea, Chocolate Chip. I kind of like that. Oh, I see what the problem here is though, is if white plays here, black can play here. Right, you still need one more move to kill this, so white would have to play here, and then black could play down and get an eye in the corner. I see. So 1-2 is still really important. If for no other reason that it knocks out an eye on the outside. And it would take 2 moves for black to threaten to even cut this, to capture these 2 stones. I think that's the right first move, and then this should immediately, I mean, this became, at this point, a 20Q problem, maybe a 15Q, I'll call it. Right? I mean, this is something that most people learn, right? That's the vital point, obviously. Okay, we have time for maybe one more, and then I'll have to step away for about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer. Hopefully not longer than an hour and a half. I want to start trying to get to bed a little bit earlier. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm trying to get to bed around 9:30 on work days. I'm getting old. Gotta get my beauty sleep. Fend off the wrinkles as long as possible. The gray hair is already futile. Um. Okay, black to play. So we know in these corner life and death problems we should always kind of investigate the 1-2 point. But to me, there's nothing particularly interesting about this 1-2 point right now. Seems like I can get at least one eye by playing here. Right, even if white Atari's here, I can fill. Maybe we'll do opening problems a little bit later tonight too. I still have all those get strong at the opening. I also have get strong at the attacking. Maybe we'll do that. We could mix it up. You know, there's lots of things we can do. The one thing that I don't want to do is do things like review pro games or do any kind of game review at all. I honestly think reading is kind of where it's at, and studying, you know, studying shape. Throw in, huh? At least for double digit Qs and single digit Qs. I mean, if you get to the Dawn level, that's when I'll officially start trying to memorize pro games. But I'm not there, and I'm getting old, so who knows if I ever will. Throw in where? Throw in for black, throw in. Here, here, here. Black plays here, then, oh, I see what you mean. Black plays here, then white can just play up here, and then if you capture, yeah, it's a false eye. Yeah, that's a good point. That doesn't look so good. Well, how about this? This works now, doesn't it? If, unlike the previous problem or two, if black plays here now, then if white plays here, then black can just play down here like this. White can't play here because black can capture here. So maybe this works now. If white plays anywhere else, let's say that white plays the other one too, then actually if white played the other one too, then black could just play here. Yeah, let's try this, see what happens. Okay, I guess black can just play down now, play the 1-2, because we don't want to let white get an eye in there, otherwise this would become Seki, right? I guess it still is a Seki, actually. Right? Black can't play it either. Just a tricky looking Seki. Hmm. This can't be that complicated, can it? Well, I mean, if black plays here, then white can just live by playing here. Studio lighting, huh? What are you planning on doing? Are you planning on starting to stream soon or something? Got it. I'm not planning on getting any green screen. I've got a yellow couch. I don't need a green screen. Full stream ahead. Choo choo. So maybe black wants to just play in here and let white capture and start a co. How about that? That's a weird two-step co though. I don't like it. But I guess it's the only thing that black can do. Wait a minute, what am I talking about? Make a false eye here, make a false eye here. Right? That's it. That's the answer to this. Yeah, this is just the trick to this one is make two false eyes. No problem, right? That sounds good. What are you going to be streaming, Married Viewing Team? Couples counseling? Um, oh, okay. Yeah, you know, that works too. Oh, okay. Well, I am the worst. We'll do one more problem, then I have to cook for a little while, and I'll be back maybe 8:39. That's another hour and a half or two, but I'll start streaming again and do more of these problems. You know, the more the merrier, right? This always helps. Oh, I just moved my mouse, and all of a sudden I kind of like the way this one looks. Because if white plays down here, then I can capture these two stones, right? This is kind of fun looking. Yeah. And then if white fills, then black can make dead shade. Yeah, huh. I stumbled across the right answer. That's nice. How about that? Sometimes you don't even have to do it. There was someone that said, what, that you have to study like Go problems for, 23 hours a day for, until you're 70 years old or something to get good at Go. Well, I don't like that person very much. I think that their life is too tied to Go. Black to play. If I can study it for an hour a day, that's fine. Until I decide to do something else that's more fun. Mm-hmm. Yes! Sorry about screaming at you guys. I forgot to hit the mute button. I'm getting beckoned to start the cooking process. You know what? Let me drop in a link for you right now before I head out, because I'm going to start cooking dinner, and maybe everyone should think about that Go problem that's up there right now in the few moments that it takes me to try to find that. You know, for carbonated water, there's definitely a good way to go. And let me see if I can find it. It was not a lot. It basically it didn't pay for itself in necessarily a week, but it'll basically pay for itself in about a month, and it'll last you for years. Ah, that looks right. There we go. There we go. That's what it is. There you go. It's this guy right here. So yeah, I know it sucks. Whatever. It's 150 bucks, but what you get is you get the cylinder, you get the tank, and you get the regulator, and you get the tube, and then you get the little adapter that lets you use any 2-liter bottle to make fizzy water. And basically what you do is you fill up this thing with tap water if you've got nice tap water. If you don't, then I guess whatever kind of water you get. And you attach it to this, you regulate it to something like 20 pounds or 30 pounds per square inch, and then you open up the valve, and it's this thing. Here, I'll just put it on screen, why not? It's this thing right here. So this is a very inexpensive way to produce carbonated water. It's a great little kit. I still have mine, and you can go and get this. This tank is deceivingly large, actually. Like, look at the CO2 bottle. It's actually pretty big. It's a 5-pound tank. It'll last for like hundreds of refills. I don't know if it includes it here. There we go. About customers report getting about 180 carbonated liters, so that's about 100 bottles or something like that, for a $15 fill of CO2 from a gas place, which everyone's got gas places because welders need them. You know, you just need to make sure that you get like food grade CO2. You know, you don't want to go get industrial CO2 or something like that. But it'll cost about $15 to fill this thing up, and then you'll get about 90 bottles worth of carbonated water out of it. All you have to do is fill any old CO2 bottle up with water, about about to that level. Attach it with 30 pounds of pressure, and just shake it for about 30 seconds. Just kind of go and treat it like it was a martini mixer or something like that, a tumbler, and shake it for about 20 or 30 seconds, and you'll have the most carbonated water you've ever tasted in your life. And you'll save a lot of money. You'll save hundreds of dollars a year that you can use for buying flowers for your wife or something. So, since I covered up this problem, no one probably had a chance to figure it out. Hey, maybe that. Maybe take away an inside liberty. I just stumbled across the right answer again. You see, my intuition is ridiculous. My intuition always gets me into trouble. Because I rely on it too heavily. But it's usually right. I'd say that maybe 65% of the time my intuition is actually pretty good. It's just that I never check it. So that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to improve my ability to check it. If I play here, white can't play here, otherwise I'll capture everything and live happily. If I play here, then white can't play down here, otherwise I'll play here, I'll still have this liberty. Ooh, that actually... If I play here and white plays here, then I actually can't play here, otherwise white would capture me there. Ooh. If I play there and white plays there, I can start a ko. But a ko isn't what I want. What about if black just plays there? What about just black just fills? If black just fills, then there's not a whole lot white can do, right? I guess if black fills, then white can take an outside liberty. Black would capture, but then white would be able to capture this back. But then white would be able to make a falsi here. That would be an advantageous ko because there would still be a liberty here. I'm going to try this one. No, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Oh, is it? Actually, that's not a bend 4, that's just dead, isn't it? How about my other way? I want to prove that I was wrong on both of them, on both counts. Oh, look at this. I was actually right on the first one. My intuition, that I convinced myself to play a different move. My intuition move, which was that one, was actually the right one. I have no idea why. This is evidently an advantageous ko because of this extra liberty here, probably. I change my mind a lot, and I lose a lot of big groups and big fights because I decide to change my mind, and then I review and I say, God damn it, you were right the first time. Why didn't you just do it? Anyways, I have to go cook dinner. I'm gonna prepare something. I'm not sure what. It's either gonna be some kind of a like a garbanzo bean sandwich thing, or it's going to be some kind of a fish thing. We're checking out Blue Apron, so I'm going to try that out and see how it works. So I'll be back in a little bit. Guys, have a good one. Take it easy. I'll see you. Maybe if everyone's around and everyone's bored, I'll be streaming again in probably about another hour and a half at the most. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.